So this morning I thought I'd show you everything I do to go ahead and use my Coleman grill, and this is a portable propane gas grill that I take with me camping, combined with my Ozark trail griddle. I'll show you those things, and I'm going to just let this video run and kind of explain to you what I do to use it as it goes. I'll also go ahead and show you one of my most common meals, which is in the morning I like to make a egg sandwich of sorts, which is very quick and easy to do. But let's go ahead and get started with the setup first. So as you can see me set up, first we have these side arms that block the wind that we're going to put in, then this little valve stem that connects right to the side of it here and screws in, and then we're going to take our propane tank and put that on top here, and this propane tank screws in upside down, and then you turn it over once you have it in, and it rests just like that while you're cooking. I keep everything in that Tupperware box for easy use. We're going to go ahead and light it, and we're going to light both burners, get them on, get them lit, get them to where we want, and there we go. This is this Ozark trail griddle that we got from Walmart. It's got two sides. It's got more of a grill side than a griddle side. Today we're going to be using the griddle side. So just set that in there like that, and then I've got my cooking surface. I'm going to let that go ahead and warm up for a few minutes, and I'll show you what we're going to be cooking with today while that's warming up. So this is the setup I always come out of my RV with. We got Dave's bread. This is for breakfast. I've got some pre-cooked frozen pieces of bacon that we buy at Costco. I've got some of these little packages of guacamole that I like on mine. Today we're using a slice of Munster as well. But what I like about this guacamole is if you read the ingredients, it's avocado, vinegar, water, jalapeno peppers, salt, onion, and garlic. That's it. So no preservatives in it, so it's kind of nice. It can go on the sandwich. And then today, like I said, Munster cheese and one egg, and that's how we're going to go ahead and do this. And we're going to give this grill a few minutes to get nice and hot, and we'll get going. I've changed angles so we have a better view of the griddle for this part of the process, and so that you can see what I'm doing. Now, one of the things you can do as your griddle gets hot, a couple things I like to do here. One is I'm going to turn down this side just a little bit. I still want it on, but I want it not as quiet as I do over here. But just to check to make sure, you want to spill just a drop or so on the griddle, and when it just sizzles away kind of immediately like that, why, then you know it's ready to cook. Generally for me with this griddle it takes about 5 to 10 minutes to get there, and you can see all that water is evaporated already. So what I'm going to do first, and this is some pretty simple stuff that I do here, is first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these guys down. And it's just going to be for, you know, maybe 30 seconds on each side at the most, just till you think they're done sizzling and popping. The other thing this do is it gives me kind of a greasy surface to work with. And as you can see, this side's a little hotter than that side. And I'm just going to go ahead, these are just for me, so I'm just going to flip them by hand today. If I was making for myself and somebody else, I would flip them with a fork, but that's enough. And after a few seconds, I'm just going to pull them off. They're nice and heated now. These little guys. I would not recommend doing that with your fingers at home. Had a lot of practice, just kidding. So then, that same area where I just have those, I'm going to crack my egg. Drop my egg in there to begin frying. Now, like I said, I work from this area here. I'm going to move some of this stuff behind us so we can see. So as that egg is frying, I'm going to get out my spatula if I need to, just to kind of bring it together a little bit. And using that area where you just had that bacon grease is a good idea for that in terms of allowing that egg to fry. So I'm going to let that egg cook a bit until I'm satisfied that it's done enough that I can go ahead and flip it over. Now, what I'm going to get ready as that egg's going, like I said, I turn this side down here a bit, and at this point, I'm actually going to turn this side off, because this whole thing is going to stay hot, and you're going to see why I don't want that side quite so hot here in a second. So now I've just got where my egg is. Now if I'm making for 2 people and I'm doing 2 eggs, I can do it that way. Or I'll leave both sides on and kind of work with both sides, and the face will change just a little bit. But we flip the egg. And as we flip the egg, we go ahead. This is Dave's bread. I usually travel with Dave's bread. It's kind of a nice, healthy bread to travel with. And I'm going to get out a couple slices of Dave's bread here, and I'm going to lay my first one down right there on that side we turned off. And I'm going to put some cheese on here. While I'm doing that, typically what I'm going to do is open this up and get a knife and spread that on this area here. Is take my bacon, and you know, if you don't love bacon, that's fine. I love bacon. And put my bacon on my sandwich here. So let's go ahead and advance this next 45 seconds or so at about 4 times speed. What I do is allow the egg to continue to cook on the griddle while the bread browns on the other side. These little packages here end up being about 50 cents a piece. And so, usually I'll have a plastic butter knife with me. So I'll do like this. And I'll spread this on this side. At this point, my egg's pretty well cooked. I'm going to turn off my other burner. So both my burners are off now. Scoop my egg up. Whoop. Try not to do that. Try to get it on there. And then I'm going to put my guac side on it. I always like that when I get a little bit of yolk running down the side to cook. But we're going to flip it to the other side and let it finish grilling. Once it's finished grilling, so this will be, typically I'll get up early in the morning while it's still dark and make this for myself and my wife on days where we want to get going pretty early. And it's nice because we have something we can either eat right before we leave or right out of the car, and it's pretty satisfying and pretty fulfilling. So if we're doing a day of hiking or other activities while we're camping, this is a nice way to do it. Now I'll let this side kind of finish up here. And then when I'm done, I'll take the food inside for her. I'll clean up the grill, clean everything up, put it back in that locked Tupperware-like container here, put it back in the truck, lock the truck, and that way we keep it, you know, free from alerting any animals to the area. And this all folds back up. Okay, it's time to go ahead and take this off. We'll just check it, make sure the other side of the bread looks cooked. It does. Very good. And maybe we'll add to this in a little bit later. I'll show you how I make burgers later today.